You forgot it. Why you forget it? Because of the default mind. So if I remember, oh, I have to do it, oh, let me do it, and you do it, you are done. That is what is required in the first four steps of. So you are, but this is good. The way you are writing, uh, that is really good. You are noticing where the problem is. The problem is coming from deep inside. It is not coming from outside, from your study. The book is not saying you that, oh, don't study me.
Are you sharing your screen right now? I can't see you.
You can't see me?
No, it might be something on my end.
Yeah, it
Uh,
is in your end. Just check it.
yeah, let me see.
I see you.
Yeah.
My
Yeah. Video. Ah, okay. I fixed it. I fixed it.
fixed it. Yes. This is what you have to fix your mind. You see, no, you can't see me. So check you. I'm of the nature of peace and happiness. I don't say, oh, let me fix it. Let me, even in English, oh, let me, what? May there be happiness for all. Even if you have those default mind, may there be peace for all. May there be completeness for all, including me. May there be auspiciousness for all. And if the happiness, peace are my essential nature, why default mind you are taking over? And then you open the eyes and you see the way you have just done it. Now, see, in a class I spoke negatively about my professor and realized I was not being aware of my attitude, behavior, and conduct. Yes, it has come lately because of that reactive and deluded mind, which which already had impressions, deep impressions inside, and that is being expressed, and it also results into fatigue and resistance in study. You wrote rightly, your notice is I was, and once you feel the fatigue and resistance, you start, mind start distracting you, whether it's TikTok or anything. It is not because of the TikTok, it is the inner state of the mind. And from that distraction, you started playing the video games later into the night and wasn't really thinking of, yes, the moment any pain is there, your reflex action is that why the pain is there. So this is a big pain. TikTok is a big pain. Playing the video games is a big pain. Default mind is a big pain. Do you recognize it? So I have to recognize when we talk of the awakening and moving into the inner self, these things are required. I went out with my dad and felt like I couldn't hold a conversation, which I felt anxious about. I sporadically contemplated and did a little more after the incident. Yes. So it means you could not hold the conversation because mind was already reacting and distracted to something else. That is, so whenever the deluded mind comes in, you notice that is the best part I have seen uh, in your writing. But then I have to take an action. If I don't take an action and I get carried away by it, it is going to multiply and create more and more impressions. My mind was down all the day again, brief moments of contemplation, slightly more contemplation than the previous days. I had some moments of peace which I felt like a breath of fresh air. My meditation were deeper than they have been, and I felt more relaxed afterward on 24th. That is really good. I had some anxiety and stress about school throughout the day and recognized that it was not me. Yes, this is the action. This is also the practice. Oh, this is not me. Finished. The mind reacts again, and oh, this is not me. Reacts again, this is not me. You are persistent. Then only you can change your default and reactive mind. Otherwise, otherwise, that default mind is not going to change because I have to use the knowledge. It is all about intellectual process. So first thing is the knowledge, you apply it, and second thing is the practice. The practice helps you settle into that state. But knowledge, wisdom applied helps you to brush beside. I had to hate and suppress fight with the mind less this week. That is good. Yes, you noticed. Noticed is one more practice. Notice, in fact, is a practice. But after the notice, I have to take the second action. Your mind showed high delusion. How? Through the past impression, prarabdha, pulling to TikTok, games, music, school stress with reactions like negativity, anxiety. Yeah? So we will talk in detail. It is because of the tamas, tamoguna, escaping via discernment. That is, and discernment means I have to think what the Eastern wisdoms. My nature is peace and happiness. How dare I started criticizing, I start reacting to the people. You internally communicate. When you communicate, first you notice. Notice means that is already separate from you. The moment you notice anything, that is always separate from you. What is the principle? Principle is the observer and observed. It is separate. Whatever you think, you see, you feel, you experience is separate from you. And if it is separate from me, then what? If it is, then now say you experience anxiety and you say, I am in anxiety. So you know it, you experience it. It means this I am in anxiety coming from the mind, and you are not the mind. Mind is separate from you. So the moment you leave this mind separate from you in the field of awareness, you are free. Second point here, first four, the stage number one, the first four. Human being has an intellect, free intellect. It can choose. It has a choice. Dog doesn't have a choice. You show the bite of the food to your dog, and the dog is waiting that when you are going to throw that bite of the food to him. And if you say, dog, see something else, don't see the bite of the food. But the dog is constantly guided by that, they don't have a choice. So this is what is the basic we have to apply. In the moment you start applying it, I'm still saying noticing is the first step. That is one. And after notice, I see that I'm the observer, and what is my experience is the observed. Understand, observer is here, observed is here. I will take you to a higher journey later, but just for the sake of understanding, this observer is consciousness. Observed is totally inert. Thought is, we say thought is matter. So thought is inert. Observer claims I know, I experience. Does your eye also say that I see, I experience? Your eye does not say it. Do you see the computer screen at present? Yes. Does the computer screen says I also see you? No. Why? No, it is inert. So all our experiences, what is observed and perceived is or are unconscious in the matter. You see how our masters lead us to. We are understanding the operating principle. The first observer is conscious, this is unconscious. Observer is only remains one, it cannot be divided. And here the observed keeps on changing. Today I have one experience, tomorrow I have different experience. Like this, there are many operating principles. So when you notice and you pick up the next step, oh, let me do the practice, let me mentally do the practice. With my dad, oh, let you start doing the practice. You start saying, yes, dad, yes, dad. And then may there be peace for all. You check the inner status of the mind. When the inner status of the mind changes, the life becomes easy. You have written the takeaway, the true self is permanent. Yes, you should apply that at that moment when the deluded mind takes over you. Deluded mind, reactive mind, default mind means the mind is handling you. You apply the intellect and discernment, it means you start handling the mind. Tell the mind, this is not the right time to have anxiety and stress. This is not the right time. I'm with my dad. Let me pay attention to what he is saying and respond accordingly. That is the application part of the takeaway first. You have written beautifully, takeaway, the true self is permanent happiness, truth, love, and wisdom. The separate self is none of those things. Yes, separate self, mind, body, intellect, thought, past impression, prarabdha. It separates self. We will talk in detail later, but just I'm giving you a brief. You pay attention, and if you can apply it today. When your mind says, I am in anxiety. So now you see, this I am in anxiety is one thought, and I am behind that I am in anxiety is another awareness. That is awareness. That I am is pure consciousness. And I am in anxiety is simply a thought. Thought is inert. It is separate from I am. Are you getting it? It's a little not tricky, I would say, because if I am is not there, I am in anxiety cannot be there, I am in peace cannot be there. So that I am in peace or I am in anxiety is a matter of mind. Mind is a matter, from there the thought comes, but that I am is a pure awareness is still different from the mind and the thought. So I see it is separate. I am is separate from I am in anxiety. I am separate from deluded mind. I am separate from all the experiences. The moment that separation is there, you will find you are calm and relaxed. Anxiety and expectation do not equal the event itself. Yes, it's a beautiful way. Often anxiety and expectations are worse than the event is. These projections are due to the deluded mind because now the event has been converted into an incident. That is what we discussed a couple of times. Event is taking place. Event is taking any event. So now I personalize that event because of likes and dislikes. So once I personalize that event, it becomes an incident. So incident contains likes and dislikes, and then it causes the pain or the pleasure. Yes, I know that I have to do it in a different way. Yeah, but that is good. These you have what you have written, you have to actually apply it. Projecting happiness outward is very much related to distraction and concentration issues. Beautifully said. TikTok, video games. Now add this. TikTok and video games projecting happiness outward is very much related to distraction and concentration issue. Are you getting it? I'm adding your what you have written. The intellect tries to move the mind onto something, but then default mind reaches for pleasure in music and disrupts the paying attention. Yes, there's a little clarity, plus also the confusion. What happens when the deluded mind forces you to go for TikTok or video games? It is basically the mind has taken over the intellect, and the intellect keeps on repeating the same thing. So when I become aware, I notice that this is a projection from the intellect. Now the intellect becomes free from the deluded mind. You continue, you include the practice in the form of a thought and reflection. Now the intellect is free, and now it can handle the mind easily. The first two steps of the journey of meditation is the human birth and the mental maturity. Yes, the human birth gives me the intellect which allows me to work on the mind. Yes, I strengthen the mind instrument by chanting, practice, and that is what I have said in the very beginning. The moment the default mind is there, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, may there be happiness for all. May there be peace for all. Mind says now is the time for TikTok. Okay, very good. May there be happiness for all. May there be happiness for all. Or Om Shanti. Or you pick up the breath. Let me spend 5 minutes on the breath. So what I heard, what I learned is the breath is going in and out. Do I see it? No, I'm not seeing it. I'm still the mind has a TikTok. No, let me return again and check. After all, I'm breathing, so I should check. So I should. No, now I feel the breath is going in and out. Do you feel the sensation? Yes. There is no change in the breath. Yes. Can I drop Om Shanti on the track of the breath? Yes, I'm dropping. And you will find that idea, that thought, that feeling, that projection on the TikTok dissolves. It may take little time. Sometime it will happen in a minute, and sometime it may take time. That is the practice we need to do. That is the meaning that I have a human birth and I have a free intellect. I should treat the tattoo like a beard as a neutral aesthetic choice. There is no happiness in the tattoo, even though when the mind thinks on it, it seems that way. Yes, getting it will result in short term pleasure, which will dissipate in a short time. There is also is no lasting happiness in the body as it changes. Yes, yes, the next time your mind says, let me show the tattoo to anyone, I have to live into that discernment. Discernment is one of the most powerful tool in Eastern wisdom. Discernment is separation. We discussed that. Separation. Separation from what? What is projection and what is not? What is real? So I have to become more and more aware of what is projection, what is delusion, so that the intellect takes the side of what is real. We have to do it again and again. In my mind, well, even when you are taking a shower, you are sitting in a restroom, your mind is distracted. Oh, where the mind is distracted? Where it is? Oh, so that distraction is because of the deluded mind. Why it is distracted? Because it is seeking happiness outside. Now the discernment comes. Discernment says, happiness is not outside, it is inside me. Why am, oh, sometime you will recognize it is simply a matter of habit. Because habit is mechanical, purely mechanical. Impulsive, impulsivity is also mechanical. So by mechanical way, the mind returns to its deluded state. Eastern wisdom is not religion, does not prescribe ethical guidelines. Yes, we don't say don't do this, we say inquire, go deeper, understand. So, very understanding means you are awakening the intellect, you are replacing the mind with the human intellect, means the first step is done, the human birth. And now the human birth, with that higher awareness, you look at it. You look at it and you are done. Yes, in a way, these are the steps of aware. That is what we have been uh, doing it. So we return again to the first stage of four steps. Human birth, inner strength means mental maturity is the second. Once I have a mental maturity means what? The mind is not jumping on any projection, duality, conflict. Even if it is, it has the power of discernment inside. With that power of discernment, it chooses, oh, my journey is to find my real self. Who am I? It constantly returns. TikTok, am I the TikTok? Answer is no. And my mental maturity takes you back. Yes, I have a burning desire for awakening. That is the goal of life. Whether you are a scientist or a doctor or a researcher or very rich, we all are seekers of peace and happiness. A seeker knows happiness lives inside. Non-seeker knows the happiness and peace lives outside. But who knows it? Intellect knows it. How it knows it? By the power of discernment. So, in the absence of the discernment, a deluded mind says, now I will take you for a ride. I will take you for a ride. I, so the mind will say, I'm not interested. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like studying it. You know what happens? This guy is crazy. Teacher is crazy. These are the thoughts of distraction. That is immaturity. Do you go to a class of that teacher whom your mind criticizes? What is your goal? To criticize the professor or to learn something? You learn something whether you like it or not. Finish. I have learned something. Finish. Thank you, professor. Finish. So that is known as the mental maturity. You have to check it. This is what the mental maturity is. So we get a glimpse of the third step or the second step, the mental maturity, and now we recognize the goal of life, and then we follow a discipline. Discipline means that so that the deluded mind should not distract me again and again and again and again. It should stay. Status quo of the peace and the calmness is maintained. Maintained. And when that is maintained, uh, then you will see the whole day passes peacefully, quietly, in calmness. I switched on the television on the CNN. Mine says, "Are you interested?" No. I closed it and came back. Sometime, oh yes, let me go to the news. So let me listen to the news. So I'm listening to the news, but deeper part of me, it's okay. This is the news. It's okay. I'm aware of it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Finished. There is no excitement as such. What people feel. Are you not excited? You are excited because of the immature mind. You are excited because of the TikTok. You are excited because of. Yes, let us. You have written aware method, so let us do for a few minutes, and before we talk of something else that is very important, close your eyes. Eyes are closed, and uh, I gave you the five metaphors. Uh, Clouds in the sky. The thoughts are clouds drifting across the vast sky. You are the sky, not the clouds. You are the sky. So the sky is noticing the clouds of the thoughts, feeling, emotions, etc., etc., etc. But then I told you that this awareness will deepen when you shift your mind to the body and experience place, position, and posture. So, anytime, anywhere, with eyes open or closed, you just feel the body, place, position, and posture. First, you experience again and again place, position, and posture. Or you can also experience sensation in the comforting sensation in the body. It is of our somatic awareness. Because our mind knows that I'm not the body. So we shifted, and then you become aware of the thought, feeling, emotions, whatever is going on. Awareness of the thought proves awareness of the place, position, and posture proves I am not the body. Same way, awareness of the thoughts proves you are not the thought, just as the sky is not the clouds. Sky is not the clouds. How simple it is. Mine says, let me go to the TikTok. You notice now, before you lifting the gadget to watch the TikTok, you have noticed this is what the mind is demanding, and you say, be aware, mind, place, position, and posture. You take your hands out of the gadget with which you are going to watch the TikTok. So your hands are taken back, and then you start being aware of the place, position of the body, and the posture. You again become aware of the place, position, and the posture of the body. You check if there is any hesitation in your nerves or the muscles of the body. You will discover your hands may be in little stiff and tough because the mind is present there to lift gadget to watch the TikTok, and then you relax. That also you are comfortable. The moment you find that comfort feeling, you have acted upon the deluded mind. That is what we need to do. See another example in your daily life. You're sitting in a class, your mind looks at the professor, and your mind has an averse feeling, reactive feeling. You notice it, you become aware. So you notice, you don't come out, you don't speak. You say, oh, the mind, let me become aware of my place, position, and posture. What is the place? It is a class. What I'm going to say, criticize the professor in a class to my colleague. Is it required? No, and finished. But we have to repeat it, repeatedly do it, remembering that place, position, and posture in the first step of awareness prevents the deluded mind from riding the cloud of a story and anchors you in the body based presence. And the moment it has a body based presence, your thought of reaction in the form of a speech loosens its hold and gradually it dissolves. How it dissolves? By the second step is the withdrawal. I have already given you that metaphor, fish returning to deep water. Before those thoughts in from your mind reaches to the lips, you take it back. A fish leaves the choppy surface and returns to the quiet depth. The waves still exist, but they no longer toss it around. What is that state? Is the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Because you return, you will recognize that it is an agitated state of the mind which wants to react through your speech, criticize, blame, and complain others. It is an agitated state because we are living unconsciously and habitually we don't recognize it. So that second step of withdraw or before the thought reaches to the lips, you already noticed the mind is pushing you to speak and you hold it back. Instead, you go back, you check sensation, comfort and steadiness, you move the mind on the body again and again and again and until you start experiencing sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Even now, if there is any thought, you just move the mind, move the mind. Any thought is there, you say, okay, continue to stay there, and you move the mind. Let me experience, let me move the mind on the entire body. Again, you deepen the somatic awareness. That is the meaning you are changing the direction. Inner thought with the deluded mind of criticism, blame, and complaint, it wants to come out through the lips in the form of a speech, and you have changed the direction. When you change the direction with the sensation, comfort, and steadiness, your mind starts dissolving those thoughts. The deluded mind pushes you toward projected pleasures in object, action, events, and relationships. Because that deluded mind says if I get that, I'll be okay. If I blame someone, I feel a sense of pleasure. That is a total unconscious process. It will not lead us to the human intellect. We have already moved to a mental immaturity. Behind every projected pleasure hides distraction, frustration, anxiety. And we have created a remedy for it. The moment you have those thoughts, let me be experienced. Do I feel the sensation? Do I know? Let me move the mind again and experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So we move to the deeper awareness. Then only you can abolish the identification, the mirage seen as mirage. Why you see the water in the mirage in a desert, and you say, oh, it's a mirage. You recognize it. You see the TikTok, you see, okay, the pleasure is a mirage. So you recognize, you say it in your mind, this pleasure is a mirage. It remains there. How many times I have watched TikTok? Millions of times. Does it really give me the pleasure? No, the pleasure comes and it goes. It means the pleasure is not present in any of the things. Here comes two-way process. One is abolishing. Abolishing means that you see the mirage as a mirage, projection is a projection, not as a reality. And the moment you say in your mind, there you have to start Mangala Charan Mantra, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. If you don't want to say it in your Sanskrit, you may say in your mind, may there be happiness for all, and slowly recognize happiness is my essential nature as you have written. May there be happiness for all. Happiness is in me. The mind, deluded mind says, let me go for TikTok after the practice. May there be happiness for all. Mind says the same thing. You say the same thing. May there be happiness for all. This practice you must do every time you wake up in the morning and before you go into sleep. Must. Then we check how many days when we wake up in the morning in a week and we remember the practice and you do it, you complete it. What is going to happen when you complete it? You will find the peace and the calm in the morning. It is not calmness and peace because of the morning. It is because your mind moved to a state of mental maturity. Recognize that happiness is within me. From today onward, never miss the practice. So if you miss the practice, it means in that morning you had a deluded mind, default mind. And then you will notice the whole day passes radically with lot of distractions. So by the constant and consistent repetition, not missing on a single day, what is going to happen one day, the day will come after a few weeks, your mind says, oh, you did not practice it, and will do the practice. Or you are in a hurry, the mind will say, no, let us do the practice first, and then I'll be in a hurry. That state means the mental maturity. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. May you are saying it and internally looking also, may there be peace for all. Another thought, oh, that guy is crazy, may there be peace for all. Let me watch it. May there be peace for all. You are so much aware that you dissolve the thought of the deluded mind with the thought of the discerning intellect. You're not fighting. You're not suppressing. You're not. That is the way. Any small suppression will blast. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness for all. I am whole, so everyone is. Wholeness means no desire, no desire, no projection outside. Mind you are projecting, but I am whole. Your projection is seeking the pleasure outside where it is not. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. That auspiciousness, we are born with that auspiciousness. The entire existence is constantly manifesting the auspiciousness. That auspiciousness we recognize in the moment of a gratitude, when we are grateful to the existence. Oh God, you made me the human being? Yes. Okay, and then I recognize that you have given me a free intellect to choose. Yes. Then I recognize there is a delusion part present in the mind. I am not supporting it. Yes. That is the meaning of humility and a gratitude. So when you become aware that you are grateful, what happens? Auspiciousness dawns in your mind. It takes over your deluded mind, and one day you will discover that where this delusion has gone, it is absent totally. You are fully relaxed, calm, fresh. First thing to do in the morning is this practice every day without fail. Say tomorrow you wake up in the morning, you do the practice, and mind says how crazy it is. It did not happen. Repeat it. Did not happen. Repeat it. Now, some impact is there. Okay. Repeat it. Now I feel good. Yes. I will use this during the day also. You meet someone, may there be happiness for all. For the colleague that I'm meeting and talking, may there be happiness for all in me, and in the professor in me, and the dad in me, and so on. You have to use your intellect. The default mind is not allowing you to use that intellect. The more and more you understand that, you have a cognition, the life is going to be better. So we have completed in awareness AWA, abolish, and then comes you will discover relaxation. First time you will discover it is a conscious relaxation. Why I gave you a metaphor. Remember, pond becoming still. Now you find that hesitation created by the deluded mind of projecting to have a pleasure by watching the TikTok. That is what the hesitation is, the waves. And now it is becoming still. You see that sense of the stillness and calmness. The pond's water becomes still, not by forcing. In the previous step of AWA, you did not force, but because the wind has quieted. When the delusion wind drops, calmness appears on its own. Why? Calmness is already there. With that understanding, we have to do. We are doing a little longer practice, but it should complete in 5 or 10 minutes maximum. I'm explaining that is why it is taking a time. So relaxation, feel the relaxation is already present after the mantra. If not, You pick up anyone, may there be peace for all. Then ask, am I in peace and calmness? You feel the clear sensation of the breath. Three-pointed attention on the breath, you just watch, feel. So when you are able to watch, feel the three-pointed attention on the breath, obviously there is an inner calm. The habitual and the impulsive mind says, no, this is not calmness, it will say, even if you are calm. So we have to persist. And the last letter is embodiment, embodiment. The tree rooted in silence, moving in wind. The tree is always rooted in silence. Our intellect is already rooted in wisdom. Intellect, another name the way wisdom, intellect is wisdom. Oh, so intellect is already rooted in wisdom, but it is overshadowed by the deluded thoughts and a feeling. The deluded mind takes over the intellect. Oh, that is why I feel swayed away by a tree is rooted in silence, yet dances with the wind. Now dances with the wind. Oh, TikTok mind, you are reminding me, and then you have a bigger smile, but you don't take action. Oh, she is beautiful girl. You are not excited. Yes, she is. So what happens? The stillness becomes the visible through these thoughts. The stillness is visible behind you, even when the mind says she is cute and beautiful, even if mind says, oh, my mind is pushing me to the TikTok, but you say, okay, thank you very much, you are not going there. You don't have any action to do it. That is the meaning of embodiment, the tree rooted in silence. A tree rooted deep inside, it is it is reflecting that calmness and peace, so it understands, it gives you that wisdom that okay, TikTok, pleasure not there, calmness is already there, why should I? That intellect now is handling the mind. And in that moment, TikTok comes, you say Om Shanti. Simply saying the Om Shanti, you erase that understanding. You erase that delusion. You erase that delusion, projection. To weaken that projection of watching the TikTok, where is the way? Repeat practice. Don't forget any time. Allow this practice to live into that practice during the day. Aware. You're meeting some friend, aware principle. You're sitting in a class, aware principle. You just go through in a flash of second. Awareness, yes. Withdraw, yes. Abolish, yes. Am I relaxed? Yes. You will recognize the surface thought starts dissolving. You are in a class and you focus. That state must come in you. Means you are you are following the first two steps, not stages. Being I'm a rare human birth means I have a free intellect, I use it, and that results into mental maturity is the way. I'm saying you do the practice, and your mind says, no, I don't feel relaxed. You do it again. Mind saying that I'm not relaxed and calm, it simply means the pressure of the deluded mind is more than your effort and the practice. You have to tilt the balance. You have to tilt the balance. How? Repeat, practice, conscious practice, and you will see the life changes at that moment. One day, what will happen? You wake up in the morning, and the deluded mind says it's a bad morning. The next moment, the discerning intellect says what it has to do with the bad or good. The sun rises in the same way. Today is also the same day. The sun facing in the same direction. What it has to do with the bad and the good. You will reveal these thoughts. Your mind will reveal these thoughts. Where is the meaning? Maturity. Just pick up. Oh, and you have a bigger smile. Mind, deluded mind. I know you have a prarabdha, you have a past impressions. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So there is a peace in the world outside. There is a peace with the body, breath, mind, intellect, and the deluded I. And why? Because the peace is my nature. That is why we repeat peace 3 times. Om Shanti. The entire word, second Shanti. Deluded I. Third Shanti. It is my nature. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are
Well,
you, sir?
I'm okay. Relax. I was wandering a bit, but uh,
Did you have
it's
a
okay.
thought of TikTok?
Yeah, yeah.
That is why I use that phrase. What is very important? This is what we have done, but return again to the basic tools of Eastern wisdom to be applied daily in any situation, in any event, in any from since you the time you wake up in the morning, you retire to the bed. So how to apply first you understand, not very big deal. First, we say the Mangalacharan in the mantra, or you can simply use the word aware practice. First is the aware step. Morning, you wake up in the morning. You do it even for 5 minutes. But you make it sure that you do it. But if you remember, then only you will do it. So you will notice later how many times, how many days I remembered one. That is one part. And how many days after remembering I did the practice, second part. And how many days I remembered I did the practice, I succeeded because I now feel the calmness and peace. So that will help you to know how strong is your prarabdha and the past impression manifest into the deluded mind, and it is constantly projecting any activity outside. Tell me one thing, someday you wake up in the morning and you remember TikTok? TikTok or a beautiful girl or some food that you have taken. Oh, that food was so good. You see, that is how the deluded mind takes over us. You wake up in the morning, you are aware. Waking is the conscious, and wake up and then you remember. Without anything, without any reason, rhyme and reason. There is no reason. You're in a waking state. Now is the time to start the day in a fresh way. Mind says TikTok. Mind says food. Mind projects to the delusion. What is the best thing to do is the Mangalacharana mantra. You remember, yes, mind, deluded mind. You reminded me all these things. Now I am a human being. I have a human birth. Let me do it. Let me, let me do it without fail. Without fail. What I said first is that you remember or you recall. You have to do the practice. You have to do the aware practice. Second is, after remembering, you do the practice. Sometimes we remember and the mind simply slips. Mind says, oh, let me go to the restroom. And once you return from the restroom, your mind is deluded. You forget it. So you are raising your bar of awareness. I can bet you once you follow this sequence and you remember, you will be totally a different person, even completing all the 5 stages. Then you will recognize that what it means by being a seeker. First time you recall, oh, this is what, as a seeker, I'm always happy, calm, and peace. So the first thing that you remember, second is you remember by recalling that I have to do the practice. Second is that you, after recalling and remembering, you do the practice. And third, after that, you experience the change. You experience the change, maybe the calmness and relaxation. If not, that is the fourth point. Uh, Now your intellect says, that is the maturity. Intellect says, I did not experience, so let me repeat it again. I don't experience, let me repeat. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. And so you repeat it. Just a 5 minutes of sequence, with eyes open or closed. Doesn't matter. That is going to help you a great deal. You will change your entire. It came out because of the way you have written, so I thought better to talk about this. Then one time you are listening and learning. You listen and you learn. You listen the entire talk, and you did the practice. Now, during the day, after listening, during the day, after listening and learning, you recall what you heard. What I heard? I heard TikTok. Oh, that is only a thought. That is not me. That is what the talk says. During the day, you are walking or talking to someone, or someone, your friend says, oh, that video is so nice. Your mind reminds you. That is the process of contemplation and reflection during the day. And then you practice and experience. Now, another part is coming that is also good. I have talked about it. So, in the evening, you sit down. I told you many a times, I still have the same, I still keep it. I don't need it, but still I keep it. The to do list. So, we have into the to do list, I have this class, that class, I will go with my friend. But add something what you have to do in Eastern wisdom. Morning practice. I will listen, and whatever I have heard, I will take those steps. What are those steps? Let me, I will use only the third A, letter A, abolish attachments to my daily life. So under to-do list, that is there. I will abolish any blame and complaint and reaction from the mind. That, that will help your mind to become subtle. The subtler mind is aware mind. Subtler mind leads to discernment because you don't see at the surface, you see deeper. So every day in the evening before you sleep, you just check how many times I was in anxiety, duality, and a conflict. Did I do the practice at the time? Yes. What happened? A success or a failure. Why failure? Let me reflect it again. It will take 5 to 10 minutes. And then you notice that, oh, that is, I noticed the change in my attitude, behavior, and conduct. And so this is your spiritual app. And then you express in the form of a thought, speech, and action. So you simply don't download the app, you start running them. This is your spiritual app. From the morning till evening, you have drafted a to do list in your head. And then you apply that. Oh, that friend is coming. Oh, he is crazy, and I don't want to talk. No, let me talk. Let peace be there. You keep a distance, but yes, say hello, hi. That will help you to get rid of the TikTok or the other pleasures